Welcome to the special edition of our interview. Today we are delighted to welcome Mr. Stefan Hipp, representative of Hipp, one of the most known and long-established companies in the world for producing organic food for children. Hipp is celebrating not only its 125th anniversary of founding today, but also 25 years of its presence in Kosovo. During this interview, we will explore the extensive and successful history of the company, the values that have guided it through generations, and its continuous dedication to maintaining high quality and embracing new ideas. Mr. Hipp will also share his perspectives on the future of Hipp and the importance of organic farming as a key pillar for the company and the environment. We will gain insights into the Hipp family's heritage and their significant influence on the baby food industry, as well as Hipp's growth in Kosovo. Welcome, Mr. Hipp.
Hello, very nice to be here today.
125 years ago, your great-grandfather invented the first Hipp product, laying the foundation for a long and successful history company. What motivated your great-grandfather, and how is this motivation reflected in the company today?
Actually, when he started the family business 125 years ago, end of the 19th century, there was a very high baby mortality in Bavaria, where he lived. 3 of his 5 siblings died at that time because the mother did not have enough milk. So when he had his first children, they were twins. He was scared that the same would happen to them, so he invented our first product, a rusk flour. It worked well with his babies, and so he started selling it also to others. And from the very beginning, all his actions and also from the generations which followed was the care about the babies and the care about producing the best food for them. And this is still what also motivates us nowadays.
Your grandfather, Georg Hipp, was particularly interested in this rusk flour from a young age and began producing baby food industrially in 1932. What particular milestones were set during his time, the second generation?
So the second generation, actually, I think the most important steps has been in the 50s when he started with weaning food. After a journey to the United States, he saw the first time weaning food, wet products like vegetables, meats and fruits in tins and jars. Coming back, he started industrial production. Then the second step and very important issue for our company history was introduction of organic raw materials. The 50s have been the peak of agrochemical farming. There was never afterwards a time that so many agrochemicals have been used, because the farmers believed as more chemicals they use, as more modern they are. He was absolutely sure that that can't be good for healthy nutrition for babies, since a baby is the most sensitive consumer. So he met Dr. Hans Müller, the founder of the organic movement in Switzerland, and he convinced him that only with grown ingredients, without any chemicals, this is the right way to get a healthy nutrition for the babies. And that was the beginning of our organic farming philosophy.
Then your father, Klaus Hipp, took over the management of the company at the age of 29 and had over the decades a great influence on the company and the brand. The statement, "I vouch for this with my name," goes back to him. Today you speak the sentence in public. What does this owner's promise mean to you?
Well, I have been, of course, grown up with this promise. And I think it is something which makes us as a family company very, very special, because the highest quality of our products is essential. It's deep part of our philosophy. And what can you do more than guarantee with your personal name for the quality of the product? So this is part of our genes. And for me, this is very important. And I'm very happy that we keep on this.
And now you represent the 4th generation in the family-owned company Hipp, have expanded the product portfolio, are constantly working on innovations, and supply your products into 60 countries worldwide. How are you currently developing the company, and what visions and goals do you have for the future?
The core values of our company, they are still the same. This is the highest quality, highest organic quality, and it is also the Christian values. This means honorable behavior, honorable treatment to others. And if we look to the future, one of our core things, of course, is to make to as many consumers and babies possible access to our highest quality organic foods. We always want to improve the quality even under scientific aspects, which is extremely important also when it comes to infant formula. But we also want to spray out the organic of organic farming and convince as many people and consumers as possible to use organic food and organic raw materials.
The fifth generation is just growing up. You yourself have children. Are they already interested in the company, and what are the advantages of a family business?
I've got 3 children. My daughter is just 20. She started studying. She is also already a little bit interested in the company. And then I have 2 little boys. One is 6, one is 3. I take the young ones as much as possible also to the company. So they're cycling in the company. They visit me in the office. I try to show them about the family business, about what we do. I also try to show them that it is nice to take responsibility and to show them our philosophy, why we do those things. One of the big issues of family businesses is that whatever we do in long-term thinking. We do not think for 1 or 2 years. We think in generations. As I'm the 4th generation, the 5th is already in this world. And of course, I hope that my children might take over the business once. But I think you should never force somebody to do. I think it's important to motivate and to show the good things. And then hopefully once they will join the family business, that the family business keeps on in family hands also in the 5th generation.
Hipp is a sustainable company thinking in long terms.
Yes.
What values define the corporate philosophy? What values?
Well, corporate philosophy, of course, is always the highest quality of our products. And that has been initiated already by my great-grandfather when he founded the business. He never took any compromises when it came to the quality. The other thing is also, it's not about maximizing the profits. Of course, every company has to earn money, to improve the products, to invest for the future. But this is not the maximum, what we have to reach. It is important to think in generations. And of course, all values, the Christian values, are very important in our daily behavior. And I think this is the core values, what we do. It's the quality, it's scientific work, and it's about the values.
Hipp has been using inorganic raw materials in baby food for almost 70 years. This is why Hipp is considered an organic pioneer. How did the decision evolve, and what challenges did Hipp face along the way?
Well, of course, when my grandfather started the organic idea, the reason was to get cleanest raw materials and best foods for the babies, since they are the most sensitive consumers. Our target is to convince as many consumers as possible and to really make organic big in the world, to communicate it out, because the market is only growing and organic is only growing if we have consumers who create the demand. In a world nowadays, it's also getting more and more difficult to find those cleanest raw materials, since our environment has changed within the last 70 years. There's a lot of pollution, the water, the soils, everything, and this affects the growth of the raw materials. So when it comes also to organic, it's not only about having the healthiest, cleanest nutrition, it is also one of the biggest efforts we all can do to protect our environment and keep it for the next generations lovable and livable.
Your great-grandfather already placed a high value on respect for creation. Your grandfather introduced the idea of organic farming to the family and converted the family farm to organic methods. Your father built up a network of producers that now includes over 8,000 organic farmers who supply HIP with high-quality organic raw materials. You grew up on an organic farm and now are an organic farmer yourself. On your organic farm, you grow cereals, carrots and potatoes for HIP baby food and keep Angus cattle in the open air. Why is farming so important to you?
I think already in my childhood, as a child of 5, 6, 7 years and all my scholarship, I was always working on the family farm, joining the workers there, and farming from the very beginning has fascinated myself very much, to see how something grows out of the soil, how all the nature, the plants, the environment works together. So the roots for my passion for farming, they have been planted very, very young. So nowadays I'm very happy that I can run a farm myself. And I think farming myself also gives me a lot of advantages when it comes to production of food, of baby food, because I understand the whole circle. And my target is also, and this is also the target of the family company, we want to improve organic farming. We want to motivate other farmers. We want to make consumers. But we also have to find new and better methods, because you should never stay and stop with the old methods. Even organic farming has, through our scientific research, a lot of good opportunities to improve in the future. A lot of those methods we test, we analyze on our family farm, on my farm, and then we advise and work together with other farmers to communicate those methods.
HIP has its own model farms for biodiversity. What does that mean exactly, and what are you researching there, and to what end?
One of the biggest problems nowadays in our world is the loss of biodiversity. Every day we lose more than 180 species. We lose them forever. And this is why we focus also in the organic farming so much, how to improve and how to prevent biodiversity. In organic farming, there are a lot of methods. One thing is crop rotation. Another thing is blossoming strikes, planting hedges, planting trees, bringing biotopes on the farm, because all those is living space, important, essential living space for many, many species, that they do not disappear. Species disappear nowadays because we take away their living space. And one of the biggest dangers for this is through conventional farming, because they take away all the living space their animals need. And this is why we've put biodiversity so much in focus, to improve it and also to bring others those ideas.
In Central Europe, organic products are now a permanent fixture and very popular. What about other countries? What potential do organic products have worldwide in general and in baby food in particular?
Baby food, luckily, when it comes to Europe, it's becoming more and more the gold standard. It's becoming more and more normal. If you look to Germany, I think HIP really made organic baby food the gold standard. If you look outside Europe, we really see, first of all, very strong focus with mothers on organic foods, because they want to give the cleanest products to the babies. But we also see that a lot of young people, teenagers, students, people in their 20s, 30s, they really are motivated and convinced that organic food is the right thing, because they look much more for healthy nutrition. The potential of organic worldwide, I think, is very, very big. In Germany, we have set up a target for 2030 that 30% of the farming land should be farmed organically. We probably will not reach that already in 2030, but probably 5 years later. I just came back last week from Asia. And even in Asia, in China, in Hong Kong, the Philippines, organic becomes more and more popular. The demand grows, and this is something we really have to promote wherever we can, because it's one of the best ways, not only having the healthy nutrition, but also best for our environment and keeping the world well.
HIP has been represented in Kosovo with its products for 25 years. How came the decision to go to Kosovo at the time?
Well, the decision was for 25 years ago that we saw demand for good and perfect organic baby food. And then also we were lucky that our partner contacted us to start baby food business with us here in Kosovo. So once was we saw there's the opportunity, there is the demand, but you always also need luck to have the right partner, and he contacted us. And the business went up through those 25 years, and we're having a great partnership, very successfully.
How has Hipp developed in Kosovo since then?
Every year grows, grows, grows. We are the strongest brand nowadays, but still we have targets to increase the market share. And I just visited some stores before, and I was very much impressed about the huge assortment which we have here. And this is absolutely comparable to a market like Germany. And it's not only about infant formula, it's weaning food, it's snacks, it's care products, it's everything. So the trend and the development has been very good, but as said, there are still targets to reach and to proceed.
Hipp is the absolute market leader in weaning food and one of the strongest brands in infant formula in Kosovo. It also has care products in its range. How do you see local consumer behavior and the market in general?
In general, of course, on one side, we see that in most of European countries and also Kosovo, unfortunately, the birth rates go down. But the markets, our market shares, luckily is growing because it's becoming also more and more important for mothers. Innovative products, new products. One of the areas is the snack products. And more mothers look for healthy snacks as well, for the pouches. And when it comes to the infant formula, we have a huge research and development department at Hipp because we want to get as close as possible to the best, which is the mother milk. To reach this, there is, of course, still space, and that's why also infant formulas becomes more and more scientific. So looking to our products, it's not only about the organic raw materials, but important is the combination with scientific research.
What are your goals or plans for the future in Kosovo?
We want to become also #1 infant formula in Kosovo. This is very clear.
Thank you, Mr. Stefan Hipp, for joining us today. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Great pleasure.
This was the interview with Mr. Stefan Hipp. Thank you for watching us.